We thank God for yet another week, for the gift of life, His mercies that are renewed every morning. And by the grace of God, we have faith. We are able to move, we can see, we can touch, we can feel, we can smell. And we are very grateful for all the senses that are working perfectly for us. Father, we thank you. Food for thought from Salted Ladies Ministry. I'm continuing my series on Luke 1. I'm going to deal with verse 54 and 55. I read, He has helped His servants, Israel, remembering to be merciful. Two keywords, remembering and merciful. And 55 would say, For He made this promise to our ancestors, to Abraham and his children forever. It's still about the birth of Jesus Christ. And Mary was saying a prayer and was grateful for what the Lord has done. And she said that the Lord has helped His servant Israel and had remembered to be merciful. So it's a promise that has come to pass. So she was associating the whole thing to tracing it back to Abraham. Why am I making use of this verse this morning? The word remember and merciful are key for all of us. This was Mary's situation, tracing what has happened to her back to her ancestral roots. Are we doing things in the house of the Lord so that our children, great-grandchildren would be shown some form of mercy, and they would go back to history and say that the Lord promised my grandfather, the Lord promised my grandmother. What you do today will be a remembrance for your great-grandchildren, children, and children. I mean, you get that ancestral line. The generation that may come after you will benefit on some things you do today in the house of the Lord, or in doing it for other people, for the kingdom to grow. What shall you be remembered for, my sister, my brother? What would you be remembered for? What is the connection that your great grandchildren will have so many years after, and say that because of what my grandfather did, I have merited this? There are key things to look at in our daily life, not only in the house of the Lord. You can do the work of God anyway, but I'm urging you on. Do things that when you leave this earth, your children and your children will be remembered for what you have done. So this promise was given years back. And if you trace the roots to Mary, it's a very long trace. It's quite long. But she came and merited that and cast her mind back to what she knows great-grand and ancestors did, and pray to God that I thank you for remembering Israel and for remembering and being merciful to your daughter. You will take away Israel and put your name there and say that the things I do, remember the generation after me, in Jesus' name. God bless His words upon our life, and I pray that you be remembered for what you do today, in Jesus' name. Salted Ladies Ministry, we are salted for life. My name is Mami Brago Boache. God bless you.